Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Eike Sky, and this is the Project Cars Endurance League GT198. We are looking forward to an absolutely incredible race tonight. 90 minutes of pure, unadulterated racing. If we get some audio in there, that'll do just fine. There we go. So we've got a busy race with we've got 24, 23 cars participating tonight. A lovely, great big field full up of GT1 and Group A cars. So fair to say we're going to have a lot of overtaking. So to start with, we're going to have a 20-minute qualifying session. Everybody jumping out of the pits. You can probably hear them getting going. And the Group A is already out on track. Not waiting for anyone. Good grief. So who have we got taking a very, very early stab at the laps? Quattro looks very pretty and very underwhelming, bearing in mind the state of the Mercedes with that giant wing. So as they all start to get nice and warmed up, ready to run some qualifying laps, let's have a look through who is going to be partaking in tonight's festivities, should we say. So up in the GT1 class we have RSE Chloe, Kleinstein, Bresnchik, SRK Marauder, BDGGO, and M-Power, Alan Rake, Onco, Atlas Garen, I recognise a lot of these names, Mad Dog, Alpha Nick, Phantom Hamster, Chuck's Gun, I'm going to upset a few people with that pronunciation, Inky Chris. That's it for GT1. As for Group A, we will be seeing Claes Landbo, Apex Mayborn. Then we have to go down a bit more. Then we'll have S4 Howie and Boris. You'll be welcome here, I'm sure. Villalobos, I'm guessing. Dennis B. and Andrex UK. Currently last. Probably won't stay that way for long. So, with people starting to run around for their first completed laps, we will try and get a gauge for where people are going to be sitting. So these guys are going to be, and girls will be qualifying for a 90-minute endurance race. We are running around the Silverstone circuit, as you can probably see from the great big wing building that typifies the. Oh, that was a bit of blocking by Lambo there. Wow, I don't think it was intentional at all, but definitely a bit of a block. No times have been set yet. That's an interesting one. Group A's aren't that quick, to be fair. Do we have any GT1s out yet? That's what we really want to see. Get these. It's a BMW. Boris is driving around in the BMW M5, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna say 5 Series. And doing absolutely masterful job of getting very sideways and not getting the power down very often. Okay. So I did say the race is going to be for 90 minutes. Okay. So the Mercedes is also doing a fantastic job of getting very sideways going through the S's. That's a good point as well. I need to get up. The new Silverstone track map, which is slightly different to how it used to be. And just to make things even more fun, it appears my hard drive has died. Excellent. What a fantastic time for it to do that. Apologies for this, having to do some on the fly. No, that's not. Okay, fine. Something's not very happy there. Finally, we've got some times rolling in. 2 minutes 18 for Apex Mayborn. We'll go with Mayborn. In the BMW. Certainly a slow time. But then these Group A cars are known for being absolute monsters. Not necessarily quick, but just aggressive and vicious in their power delivery. So we've not seen any GT down. Well, that's one way to have fun with the stream. Give me 1 second. Looks like it's a restart. I will be back momentarily. I'm very sorry for these technical difficulties, but these things happen. It's definitely one of those days. I will see you shortly. Okay, and we're back. I'm gonna have to, good grief, this was ridiculous. Let me get back into Discord as well. Right, can everyone hear me now?
Yes.
Oh, fantastic. About time. Yeah, so my PC decided it just didn't like life for some reason. I have no idea what has happened or anything.
Okay, are you able to get back in?
Yeah, I'm on it.
Cool. You've got like 2 minutes.
Yeah, I'm doing as quick as I can.
Yeah, no worries.
You may pass on left. I'm having tire issues.
Right,
Pass
we'll try
left.
that again.
Thanks, Gone.
So, after all of that, that was a scary few minutes. My PC wouldn't restart. Jumping back into qualifying. At least we're going to have a lot of stuff to talk about. Good grief, right, the GT1s will have jumped out and are setting 1 minute 51 lap times. Just in case you were worried that this wasn't going to be absolutely fantastic and brilliant fun. It took about 4 seconds of being in lobby for it to suddenly go mental. So, if we have a look at the statistics, because we really do have a lot to catch up on, we have Empower in first place at the moment with an 0.8 of a second gap to 1co. Behind him will be RSE Chloe. Phantom Hamster in fourth, who has just been pushed down by Inky Chris. Inky Chris just completing the lap there and putting him on the second row of the grid. Phantom Hamster been put down to the third row of the grid next to Marauder when the session ends. 3 minutes remaining. Aaron in 7th, BDGGO in 8th, Bresenchik will be in 9th, Alpha Nick, Mad Dog, Kleinstein, Alan Reich, Chuck's Gun make up the GT1 field. The Group A's begin with Anderix UK, who is even faster than Atlas Garin 44 in the GT1 class. In the rest of Group A will be Villalobos, Myborn, S4 Howie, Boris, Dennis B, Kles Lambo, and Trip, who has not set a lap by the looks of it. No, he has not. Obviously having some connection issues or something like that, but very good of him to keep pushing and keep trying to sort things out. Let's sit for a moment with our leader, see if he's on a fast lap or not. It looks like he's still going for it, feathering the throttle through Love Fields and Woodcote, back to full throttle. That was that opposite lock going into Cops? I'm impressed, Empower. You've set that up to be a very pointy car. I really hope that you've run that car in traffic when you've been testing, because that will not be fun if you get stuck behind a Group A or a sister GT1 car. So, 1 minute 26 remaining. What is going on track? We have all of the GT1s out. Atlas Garin is still trying to work on getting himself further up the field. We'll see how well that happens with the Mercedes being very aerodynamic, as a few certain drivers found out on the one when this Mercedes was running. Of course, we are looking forward to a return to the GT1 style of cars with the new 2020, I believe 2021 WC series, with the new hypercar regulations, which will certainly help bring back the spectacle of the highest class of endurance racing. Coming down now through Beckett's, and qualifying is complete. So these drivers that are out on the track now will only have to the end of this lap to complete to try and better their times, else they will be stuck in the positions that they are. Don't think anybody is improving per se, so it looks like we're gonna be very close to our final order. Atlas gone very sideways. Oh, that's a shame. He was doing so well that lap as well. Oh, that's a camera angle. I think that's a very slow Inky Chris, who has got to second past RSC Chloe now. So, Empower and Chloe will be starting first and fourth in a team together. Aaron has come across the line now and will stay 7th. I think that's just about it. So, Alan Reich possibly could move up, depending on how his times work out. I wish we had split times here, that would make life a lot easier. And he is overcooked it into the final chicane. Club and Bale. And he's come across the line, obviously not improving. That's a shame. So, Empower just set a new fastest lap. Yeah, he did. So your final standings for the start of the race: Empower in first place, 1Co in second, Inky Chris will be starting third, Chloe 4th, Phantom Hamster 5th, Marauder 6th, Aaron 7th, Mad Dog 8th, Geo in 9th, Present Chick in 10th, 11th will be Alpha Nick, 12th Alan Reich, 13th will be Kleinstein, 14th will be Chuck Scone, 15th Atlas Guerin. In Group A, and Rex UK will lead the way. Villalobos will be in second, Mayborn third. As for Howie in fourth, Boris will be in 6th, Dennis B in 7th, Lambo in 7th, yeah, and Trip in 8th. So, as usual, we will probably be starting with an AOR warm-up lap. Once everybody has gotten themselves sorted out, their setups finished, finalized, stabilized, and hopefully topped off with fuel, because they're going to need it. An hour and a half of pure endurance racing around the modern Silverstone circuit. And here we go. We have the joy of synchronizing. Empower doing a fantastic burnout off the line. That'll certainly keep the rear tyres warm. The sound of these absolute monsters of the GT1 era are coming to life. Absolutely in love with these cars I was at the time, and they still have an absolute effect, should we say. The understanding is their aerodynamics were... Whoa! Geo getting a little bit too close to Present Chick, I think, there. bearing in mind it's warm-up lap. But what a fantastic sight. We do have, if I go up a couple of positions, we do have a Panos, which was not always the most successful of cars, but it was absolutely imaginative, should we say. It captured the imagination of everybody. When everyone else was starting to switch to a mid-engine drivetrain, Dog's Panos, of course, being the visionary that he was, decided he was going to build a front-engined Le Mans car. If I remember correctly. A very quick Google. They won 8 endurance sports car championship races between 1997 and 2002. Absolutely a fantastic car. Really, really well made. What's just happened there? It's a shame these are all so zoomed in. There we go. Right. I think that was... no. Oh, that's interesting. There has been... I think this is an aborted start. I think this might be an aborted start. I don't know what makes me think that. We will be back in a moment. It's obviously being a fun night for everybody. This music is absolutely marvellous, by the way. I'm just going to sit and enjoy this for a minute. So as we wait for the lobby to be remade, I've got to be honest, this is the first time this has happened with me commentating, I think. This is a bit of a new one. How are we enjoying? What do we think about Silverstone being used as the season opener to this endurance league? It's absolutely a special place to go to start with. But not exactly like a normal place to start. However, that said, they did start the WC series this year at Silverstone. It's definitely not a traditional place, but then that's because it is in England, which is always raining in the wintertime. No rain predicted for today, by the way. We're hoping beyond hopes that it will stay dry and we can have some nice clean racing all around, basically. Fantastic. We are now getting back underway. One moment. So, welcome back. So this is absolutely going to be one of the more interesting starts. As we are going to have to launch straight into the race. Like as we are now, and then reform on our original grid positions. This is going to be a hectic start to the two proceedings, and we're not even going to be on a racing lap. Lovely. Or are we doing we're doing a 5 minute, we're doing a very quick 5 minute qualifying session, so I think this is going to get very busy very quickly. Yeah, it looks like we are. Who is jumping first? Looks like Trip is jumping straight out onto the circuit, the Group A's and the GT1s. This is what we've got to look forward to when the race comes around. The GT1s and the Group A's all trying to negotiate the track at the same time. Who was that in front that just went very sideways. Didn't get a marker on here, unfortunately. Let's see if I can find it. It wasn't Alpha Nick. There we go, that would be Aaron. Getting very sideways, trying to get some heat into those tyres. GT1's coming past the Group A's. You should be... Oh, Alpha Nick has gone way too hot. Into Vale, I think it is. No, it's not Vale. I can't remember what the corner's name is. That's terrible. Now back underway. Meanwhile, Marauder is just coming out of the second hairpin. Gio is running very slowly, maybe trying to get some space in front. Yeah, it looks like that. But you've not got that much time. Oh, that may be it. That may be it for Gio. Unless he is... Interesting. There are too many people in the pits. Is Villalobos coming out? Yes, he is. That's definitely... a start. We come through to Mayborn, who is coming down through Beckett's. Sideways, that's one way to get the tyres warmed up, absolutely. Two BMWs running line stern. Is the one in front going to give way to the one behind? I don't think so. Are they using each other for a draft? Possibly. All these things. Oh no, back into this. Okay. Whoever was in the pits there... Come on. Wasn't Bresnicek, no. Bresnicek has done a lap and gone back in. There's a lot of people just doing sighter laps. Alan Rake is not having fun in that Ferrari. My goodness, that's a very, very pointy drive. And Marauder in the panels is also coming down into the pits. It seems that there's... guessing they're using this as a warm-up and they're going to sort out their positions. Oh, once they get into it. Chloe is very, very much running on the edge of adhesion, coming down through Abbey of Farm. Yep, absolutely, that is... It's a very sideways Chloe. What else do we have going on? Alan Reich in the Ferrari. Still just trying to get to grips with it. Looks like Marauder's getting back on pace now. Absolutely beastly noise, isn't it? Coming out the front of that Panels Esperante. Probably pronouncing that one as well. Maybe on out all on his own. So M-Power has set a lap of 1:53.7. Of course, this is going to be sorted out. Later, I think that M-Power is basically just making sure he's at the head of the field so that we can get things underway a little bit quicker. And are we looking at most people being in the pits now? I think we are. Marauder's coming across the line. Is there going to be a valid time? Yes, it is. Excellent. So, qualifying complete. The time is counted down. Once these guys are all in the pits, we will have to get everything back into their orders. There we go. Oh dear. They're already doing team games. That didn't take very long. So hopefully, by the end of our second lap, we will have our starting order reasserted. And with that done, we will be able to go and have a lot of fun. Hopefully. Hopefully we will. Just waiting for everyone to... There will most likely be a lot of split strategies here. The fuel can last, if I remember correctly. Either that or you'd have to be fuel saving the entire way, and it's not actually quick. But I was watching on the test race, and it seemed that the tyres were going to be the biggest limiting factor. Now, fortunately, if we go here, we don't have access to that. So, you're going to have to rely on me and my guesswork to see how the tyres are lasting. I am going to go with not very well as a starting guess. Especially if Chloe insists on going sideways around every corner. So here we go. Just to make life really difficult, we've now got to sort out the grid. And they all absolutely scatter. Let me go to someone further down the grid. Now what they'll be doing now, as you can probably see, is one by one they are going to go to their specific order in the grid. Seem to be sourcing themselves out reasonably quickly here at the moment, actually. Aaron is getting himself past the Panos. How's not? Definitely doing the right thing by staying nice and slow, keeping the heat in his tyres, probably riding the brake just to make sure. Oh, there we go. Probably riding the brake just to make sure. Because power had internet issues, or is that me? I think that might be me. Fantastic. That's just... yeah, look at that. No one's having a good time. I've been disconnected. My goodness, what a fantastic time. What?
About 30 seconds till we go. Let's go up. Get ready.
It really is technical difficulty city today. Right. So we now have a warm-up lap, I think. Or is this now lagging behind, perhaps? This is... Oh, no. I have reconnected in good time. Fantastic. Well, I don't. So this is going to be a bit of a problem, because the end of this lap is very, very, very tight. So... we're gonna have to be very clever with how we do our grid formation. But the boys and girls are all behaving really well right now. Empower is holding them for a long time. I'm really impressed that no one's accelerated, and I think that's Empower away and has gone. The pack splits up, and that's a good lead coming into turn one. And bits of a slide coming from behind, but I think everyone's got through there now. Now this is the first big stop of the lap. Someone's got flown way off the track there. That was Aaron by the looks of things. That was Aaron now trying to get up the inside. That was got to be really careful with these hairpins. If you turn someone round, that can be a race over, and their race over for that matter. Behind, I think that was Bresenchik. Yep, that was Bresenchik just running straight off the road. Coming out of Aintree. Just tracing my way around the lap. Further down in the Group A's, we've had... there we go, Andrex UK had a very nice relaxed start by the looks of things. It won't be. These cars are absolute monsters. And further down the grid in the Group A class, we've got some nice close racing coming on here. One poor exit and that's all you need. The Audi of Trip having an absolute dream of drive coming, again, out of Aintree along the Wellington Straight, coming down into Brooklands. That's the name of the car. Around Luffield. I can't remember if those are actually... they are actually four-wheel drive. No wonder he has so much drive coming off those corners. Mental. Now we go back to the head of the GT1s who have already completed a lap. The back of the Group A's are only just going around the old pits now, and the GT1s are back up to the new pits. So... lapping is going to be fairly frequent, and it's going to be even more hairy when they get round to this new section. Oneco is trying so hard. You're not going to gain time on Empower by doing that, son. You've got to keep it all in line, in control. Keep your right foot very much medicated and reel him in slowly. You've got the speed. You've just got to have the patience. Looking back at Marauder in the Panos, 4th place at the moment. He's had a fantastic start, coming from I think 6th or 7th on the grid. Very well done. Chloe is dropping back slightly. very much being chased by the next two. A tiny bit of the tiniest gap back to Gio. But all it takes is one slip up, one corner where you get the throttle a little bit too quickly, or drift it sideways, as Howie is demonstrating very nicely for us. And that can be what lead you had gone. Kleinstein is having fun coming round Stowe. Down now into Beckett's. Jump up to Phantom Hamster in 6th place. Chasing down Chloe in between. Rose between two thorns with Chloe on one side and Aaron on the other. Both of them all seem to be settling in as Phantom Hamster jumps off the track, outbrakes himself, coming down into Club Corner. Lights ablaze. I don't know how much that actually helped the GT1s in these overcast conditions, but hopefully we won't be seeing any rain, so those lights will be just for distraction and dazzling purposes. It looks like Wonko has dropped back a bit, now from the leader. Whether that's through a mistake or through his own ambition, we'll see, but those GT1s, they really are vicious. At some point, hopefully during the race, we'll be able to jump on board with at least one of the cars. And just take a lap of this new Silverstone circuit and the new complex that they've built. Absolute work of art, it really is. Changes up the lap quite considerably compared to how it used to be. Down through Beckett's, and they're all just getting the measure of each other, it looks like. Tiny little chess piece movements being made. Mad Dog going madly sideways coming through Beckett's. And recovering it all together. I keep trying to say that they're just making calculated measurements and moves and maneuvers, and they're all proved me wrong. You need to settle down, boys. You're not going to make it an hour and a half driving like that. Your tyres definitely won't, and your fuel almost certainly won't. Two Mercedes nose to tail of Gio and Aaron. They're running the same livery. I wonder if they're teaming up together. It would be very nice for Aaron to have Gio behind him as a backstop against the pressures of Alpha Nick, who unfortunately still go sideways. You've just seen Howie beat to overtake Mayborn. And we've already seen blue flags. Look at that race speed. If we are to jump on to Empower, Lambo is getting blue flags. I don't know how much further up the road he is. No, there's a little tiny bit of time, but hopefully Empower can time this beginning of the lappery well so that it just comes back out onto the hangar straight, and he does that beautifully. Now, we'll jump onto the roof, and this is the difference in speed between GT1 and Group A. That Group A car of Mayborn, it looks like, has leaped off the racing line to help the leader through. And the next person who's going to be trying to negotiate that is Wonko, who, as we were saying just now, the new complex of Club Abbey Farm Village, absolutely changing the complexion of this track. Much more complicated, especially with that adverse camber going through Abbey. really throws the balance of the car off, and if you're not, with the bumps there as well, if you're not on it, then you are going to be having problems. What a good nose that Mercedes makes. Down into 4th, we see Chloe now chasing down. Whoa! Massive kick of oversteer. I did say those cars were being set up to be pointy. As Chloe is looking down the inside of Marauder and thinks better of it for the time being. Those tyres are not going to last very long, Chloe. She can get tighter. She can get so much tighter. Does she have the speed down the straights? No, she's just making a very quick glance. It's never going to happen coming down into cars. Yep. Maggotts and Beckett's are pretty much a one-line affair as well, unless the panels gets it really wrong. That race feed in the bottom right-hand corner is going absolutely mental. Tripp has moved up to 18th as well. We didn't see that, but that was getting past Mayborn. We're going to stick with Chloe and Marauder for the moment, fighting over 3rd place, the final of the GT1 podium positions. Coming down into club. 1, 2, and you can see Chloe can just get the power down slightly earlier, which gives her a slight advantage, but has to turn in tighter because Marauder is trying to get past the Group A Audi, which stalls her efforts once again. Ooh, right out wide. You want to be careful of that. Track limits. Got to be really careful. You can just see you never quite know when is the right time to throw your nose up the inside. With these cars being so close in performance, it's absolutely the worst thing. We've got a pit caller in GT1 already. I assume that's going to be for damage. It's a Mercedes. Putting fuel in. Okay. Let's jump back to this fight with Chloe and Marauder, because Chloe's looking again. It didn't work last lap. You're probably just wasting your time unsettling yourself during the braking, but getting tight up the inside now. If she can get her throttle down faster than Marauder, it's not going to happen. That was very tight though. Almost makes me wish we had different camera angles going through Maggotts and Beckett's. And a small respite from the madness of these corners and the pressure of Chloe behind for Marauder. Coming down hanging straight. Oh, that was a touch. Marauder must be struggling with something in his setup. And he is holding the RSE. Coming up, something chronic. She gets in very tight, knocks the cone off the inside. We'll see if that ends up giving her a penalty of some description. It'd be nice if not. She went super wide through there. Wow. Chloe really is on the ragged edge here. But there is a bit of a train. I need a long shot, really. There's a bit of a train forming now for Marauder. Not that he's not trying. That panels is just being a little bit unruly at the moment. We have a quick... I see her going over Alpha Nick, who is hunting down Gio at the moment. That is absolutely a fight for position, and Nick wants it badly. This is a 90-minute sprint, apparently. Is Nick going to get Gio down into cops? Doesn't look like it. They are in the same machinery. but setup makes all the difference when it comes to these cars. I'll keep an eye on that, on the timing. Up for the final place, we are still looking at a 3-car train piled up behind Marauder. Don't think that Inky Chris behind can get much closer without losing the downforce off the front of his, I think it's a Mercedes, no, Porsche. Oh, and another touch. That panels is not putting the power down as much as you would hope. It's all in the responsibility of Chloe to get that pass done, get it done cleanly, and not run off the track through Abby. Oh, and she goes sideways. Half spin, she's now sideways across the track. Don't do a Sam Vettel. And that's what happens when you're running under the wing of another car. Absolutely. Oh no. An almighty collision between what looks like Gio and Aaron. No, it wasn't. It wasn't. It was Inky Chris and Aaron. Excuse me. Oh, how upsetting for them both. Wipers going on Aaron's car. Inky Chris has now got a lot of work to do. So it's Chloe, but she's already back in the hunt. Chasing down the Mercedes of Phantom Hamster. Let's see what she can do now. She's been given a fresh dose of adrenaline and determination to get the passes made. I've got to look away. I've got to look away, otherwise she might spin again. President Chick currently hunting down Alpha Nick, or is that Alpha Nick just getting past President Chick? It looks like the latter, although Nick runs very, very wide just then. Wonder if Inky Chris is in the pits and Aaron both in the pits now. President Chick is definitely looking for a way past. Very tentative on the brakes there. Looks like he's just trying to keep going in a straight line, as all these drivers really are. Wonko has finally closed the gap back up to Empower in the lead. We are almost under a second. Coming down through Maggots and Beckett's. Once again, that line, these series of corners are the most satisfying in racing and the most infuriating. You get it right, you can gain half a second, if not more. You get it wrong, you get the speed slightly wrong, you get the turning point slightly wrong, and it can all go very, very wrong indeed. As a certain Porsche found out in the WEC 4 hours in July, August, whatever it was. Speared into the wall, going down into Maggots. Back, and Chloe is still behind Phantom Hamster, still trying to push the point. She's looking down the inside, and Hamster is sideways coming down into Club. These two are inseparable now. Let's hope that there is some progress made there. Boris down in 20th is getting blue flags because the GT1 leader, yes, Empower is coming down the inside of him. Absolutely astonishing progress being made through the pack by Empower here. He just seems to hit the groups of cars at the right time. Just going to have a quick look back at Chloe, who is still on the bumper of Phantom Hamster. Now down the inside, it's not going to happen there. And an armful of oversteer makes sure that she stays in the position for now, but Phantom Hamster has missed the apex. Maybe that's what she was looking at. The status quo remains. I don't think this start-finish straight is long enough for you to get the overlap. Chloe, no, it isn't. Down through Cop, she runs wider. Just trying everything to get the tiniest speed advantage. The rest of the pack seem to be just settling down a tiniest bit. I do mean the tiniest bit. Mad Dog down in 9th is going sideways probably through Maggots and Beckett's. Closing up slightly on Alpha Nick in front, but not convincingly. Meanwhile, we'll come back to Chloe with an armful of oversteer again. It's a shame we can't look back from Phantom Hamster's point of view. Is Chloe going to get balked by the Jeep Group A? No, she isn't. It's fantastic to see. But there's a gap opening up just a little bit. Chuck, Scone. Being put under pressure and in turn putting pressure on Inky Chris in 12th. Not as much as is having pressure put on him by Aaron behind. Down the inside Aaron goes with that damaged front end. Still manages to get it into the... Oh, the pass. Has the pass been made? The pass has been made. Oh, that's disappointing. I wish I could go back and watch it on the replay. That looks like it was just a slip up from the Phantom Hamster. Oh, I'm so sorry, I stuck with that for so long. Meanwhile, Gio, by virtue of traffic perhaps, round the house. Oh. Discretion definitely the better part of that there, Gio. Good grief. You don't want to argue with those. Oh, no! That was a bit aggressive, but you can absolutely see why it was needed. You can see Phantom Hamster just up in front. That's his target acquired. Just needs to go and get it. He needs the traffic to play nice to him and badly for Hamster. Meanwhile, Atlas Guerin is going to run up the inside of Chuck Scone, and they are going to... It's all getting very physical here. You can't do that with these cars, guys. They're made of carbon fibre and fiberglass and all those very, very light materials that don't react very well to impacts. Mad Dog is just teetering on the edge of... around the outside... Where on earth even is that? That's farm. Cool. Around the outside of Group A is going through farm. That's a brave move. I was saying about those bumps in the off-camber. Really... Now they're going very sideways. There. Did it survive? It looks like it did. It's cool. A penalty. 1 second penalty for one co. I wonder what has caused that. He's also dropped back 5 seconds. Which is a bit of a big gap, if I'm honest. 1 second penalty as well from Avon, which was probably just track limits. One of those things. So, you know that thing that was promised of sitting on board for a lap? Let's find someone who is just approaching the end of the lap. There you go. Let's jump on with Phantom Hamster. Now we'll jump on his roof cam and take away this. Oh, I can't. Just running past the Audi Group 8. Coming down into Abbey Curve right now. Down a gear, keep it nice and flat. Those bumps will catch you out if you aren't ready for it. Through Farm Curve, nice and easy. Then heavy braking into Village Bend. Careful not to bump that curb on the inside, that will unsettle the car, especially under acceleration. Hamster being very good and very cautious with the curbs overall. Out through Aintree and onto the Wellington Straight. Crunching up through the gears. Getting as much speed as you possibly can out of that straight. Hauling out the anchors down into Brooklands. Keeping it inside for Luffield. And then slowly feeding on the throttle, coming through Woodcote and on past the old pits. The scene of many controversies and fantastic events. Down again through Cops, and then this tiny straight through here is just a time to get set up through Maggots. Down a gear, maybe down another one. No, not brave enough on the throttle to go down another gear through Beckett's. Back out onto that hangar straight, under the bridge, which gives you access to the karting circuit on the inside, as well as some grandstands, obviously. Nice balance braking there, coming down into Stowe. Fail chicane. And coming now through Club to complete the new and improved and updated for the 21st century Silverstone circuit. The amount of times that I have thrown a car off through that damn corner, that first corner, defies belief. Beautiful looking livery as well on the Mercedes as well. So, we jump down the GT1 class slightly to Kleinstein, one of them, who is less than a second away from putting pressure on Inky Chris in front, but is being balked really heavily coming through Vale. Oh boy, by that Group 8. Now he's got the power that he can get past nice and easily, but that is valuable time lost. And it's gonna happen. No, it's not. No, there's a big enough gap there. But what is gonna happen through the hairpin here? Audi just can't make it into the apex. Kleinstein doing his level best to get past the Group 8, but he is now going to be put under pressure by Aaron. Because that's going to be the place gone. And that's the effect of traffic. That's how much of a difference it can make. And the wind comes off the nose of Kleinstein's car and he gets a massive kick of oversteer as a result. These cars being really heavily aeroed, as you can probably tell from the enormous wings and the svelte body styles that they were using. Has Kleinstein got an answer for Aaron in front of him? What has just happened here? I just saw some... Oh, Alpha Nick has thrown it away. Coming through Club. Beautiful little pirouette. Absolutely fantastic. 10 out of 10 for effort, absolutely. The finish wasn't quite so good, but you know, we can forgive him. He will now also have an enormous amount of grass all over his tyres. which is going to make this pass a little bit more difficult. That was a very, very, very brave move, and for Alpha Nick not paying off all that much. Alan Reich behind, getting walked by the look of things by Alpha Nick going down into the second hairpin. That, or no, it was by the Group A car. I wish I could turn it. I wish I could turn the game volume up. I really do. Just so you know, get the full effect of just how monstrous and deafening these cars were. No catalytic converters, no emissions, nothing like that. Just straight pipes, straight out the exhaust, and that's the pure noise of a. Well, if I want, I could be wrong. Could be very wrong with that Mercedes. It was something. It was a very, very big engine. I know that much. All of these GT1 cars were absolutely ridiculous, and the Porsches made arguably the most ridiculous sound of all of them. Speaking of, let's find our leading Porsche, who currently has a 3.7 second lead, just managing and measuring the gap. Is that a short shifting Porsche? Give me a second. He's not. No, he's not short shifting that much. I'm pretty sure they go higher. They go quite. Yeah. Absolutely destroying maggots. See, that was the difference between the lap that we went round and Empower's lap just there, is that he had the confidence in the balance of the car to be able to change down another gear, which means he can get in the power quicker. Which, when it comes to the end of the straight here, you're looking at another 10th or 2 of a second. Absolutely glorious cars. Just, this really was the golden era of GT racing. Alpha Nick is in the pits. Maybe he's given up and is getting a change of tyres. That would be a nice thing to see. What else have we got going on? It's very difficult to see just from these timing screens what is going on around the lap. Everyone's just giving themselves a bit of space and making sure we all get to the end of this race nice and cleanly. I wonder how much of this race Empower is going to spend on opposite lock. You know what? It's probably going to be significantly less than 1co in that Mercedes. Absolute. It's a really nice livery that as well. Blue and the grey go really nicely together. Where are your headlights, boy? Excellent. And then a 15 second. Bear in mind, we're only 35 minutes into this 90-minute race, and there is already a 15-second gap between second place and Marauder in third place, and a 5-second gap-ish, yeah, 4.5, between Marauder and RSC Chloe, who we should expect to see winding Marauder in as she did from the start. Down the grid we have Atlas Guerin having what looks to be a fight with Klingstein. Yep. Again, similar liveries. Maybe, possibly, perhaps these two running line astern, trying to get each other into a higher position. Atlas there just got a tiniest bit too tight for Ruffy. Picking up a bit of dirt, which is going to then sit on the apex of the track. Marauder has spun it. Oh no! What on earth has happened there? Is through the hairpins, so either he lost a lot of time and Chloe got into him in some way, shape or form. But that is Marauder down to 4th and off the podium, and Chloe has now got a 21.5 second gap to make up to 1Co before she can then catch up with her teammate, Empower, in 1st position. It's not going to be an easy ask. But if you look at the pace of both of these Porsches, Chloe not changing down either. Interestingly. Whoever that Audi was, they're having a good time. Is that? No, it's not. That would have been. No, not Mayborn. No, the wrong part. Ah, the Andrex. Yeah, there we go. You use that Quattro Andrex. No one will mind. Mayborn, meanwhile, very close to having a very keen look at Howie there. We'll see what happens coming down the Wellington Straight. No, BMW is getting a lot tighter than the Mercedes in front. Can you do him on the brakes? Coming down into Vale, not quite. And there's a GT1 car coming up behind you, lads. You've got to be careful. It is absolutely up to the GT1 to get past. Oh, that was a mistake. Hopefully there's no damage from that contact with either of the cars, because that would be really disappointing. That's a massive bump for the Group A's. I'm pretty sure that was Mayborn sideways around Farm Curve as well. Down into Village. Up through the loop. And another GT1, this will be RSC Chloe coming up behind them. See how Chloe's a little bit more patient. She knows that Wellington Straight is coming, so she has the time. Oh, Mayborn perhaps outbraking himself just slightly, but then Howie in front was just as wrong on the brakes, and the pass is made. Does the Mercedes have any answer for the BMW? I'm pretty sure it should have in raw speed, but this isn't a speed circuit, this is a corner circuit. That BMW just seems ever so slightly better balanced than the Mercedes, being able to ride the drifts. Look at that. Just the keenest, the slightest bit of opposite lock coming through Maggots and Beckett's there. Beautifully balanced, well driven Mayborn. Hopefully your tyres will last though. Meanwhile, if we look at... Ooh, I was very, very wrong on where I was on the track there. Good grief. What is going on here? Phantom Hamster looking all on his own. I assume that's a car that he's just lapped. Yeah. Chick running around in a Walker as well. He's using the same livery as Empower in front. Running into the grass, you don't want to do that, it's going to take all the heat out of your tyres. Alan Rake for what it's worth. What is that noise coming from the Ferrari? Absolutely a quintessential Ferrari sound now, screaming from the exhaust. I see what that really is an absolute sight to behold. I really do like this era of Ferrari, especially the rear. It doesn't even look like a hypercar, does it? It just looks like a normal Ferrari. Handles like a normal Ferrari as well, apparently. Present chick now getting. Who's that? He's just driven past. Good grief! He just passed someone at a very high rate of knots. Oh, Alan Rake is facing the wrong way. Trying to get a little bit too ambitious with his lappery there. Has to remember that the Jeep Group A's have the right of way. Hopefully. I wonder how much time these guys have on fuel and tyres. Because the rate that these boys are going, and girls, their tyres are not going to be very happy with them. That enormous overhang at the front of the Mercedes looks absolutely ridiculous, doesn't it? Gorgeous. Absolutely flawless, but ridiculous. Greenstein looking to put the tiniest bit of pressure on what looks to be his teammate. Meanwhile, Howie, having been pushed down by Mayborn, is not giving up the fight yet. He really isn't giving up the fight. Very aggressive coming down into Village. Really aggressive. Wow. Let's jump on board with Inky Chris, who is pushed himself right up the exhaust pipes of Mad Dog. Round the outside, is he going to be able to make it coming down into Stowe? Yes, quite clean. It seems that Panos is not handling as well as he would like, and he aborts into the pits. That is understandable. Present chick in the Porsche. Still being very keen with his attentions on Gio in front of him. And simultaneously, you've got to be measured. You've got to keep your head in the game. Is Mad Dog getting repairs? Looks like me. Yep, sure. Okay. That is going to put him well out of contention now. That's as close as Howie has been for a while, to the back of Mayborn. Hoping beyond hopes that this is a clean battle. These cars are ridiculously unruly. That Mercedes definitely more so than the BMW. More than enough power to get the job done. side of BMW put the power down just a tiniest bit too early, and Chuck Scone is going into the pits. Let's have a very quick look at what he has planned. Oh, this speed limit. You're aching to get going. You can see he's itching to get into the pits. We'll ignore the slight desync. Is that tyres going on? That's fuel going in for sure. I wonder if that was his problem running out. Andrex is in the pits. That is a Group A car. The leader of the Group A is into the pits. I wonder what's causing that. There is definitely enough time for it to make a stop. There we go. Nice and cleaning away. Obviously they're just running out of fuel. Check now, right on the bumper of Gio. Obviously traffic has played its role. Broader is jumping into the pits as well in the panels. Probably for fuel. Hopefully he's got his settings correct, and Bresenchik just makes a mistake coming down into Vale. Oh, that's heartbreaking. And now we'll get him past more. Now, is this a pit stop that everybody's going to have to make? Or is this just some of them running a lot richer than others? Bresenchik now fallen over a second from being on the bumper of Gio in front to a second behind. That's just how traffic goes. It looks like Howie is still not leaving the back end of Myborn alone. Absolutely aching to get that position back that he lost just through lack of concentration, a slight misstep whilst being lapped, trying to jump out of the way of the GT1 cars perhaps. Any number of things. Bresenchik is now coming back under a second. That Porsche that is handling absolutely beautifully by the look of it compared to Gio in front. Abandon the track, it looks like. Yes, Gio has abandoned the track and has decided to jump into the pits. Now, it looks like this is definitely going to have to be, or is this just going to be the Porsches being more economical than the other cars and they're going to walk away with it? Every lap that Bresenchik now does is a lap less fuel that he needs to throw in when he eventually comes to pit. Which means that it's another tenth of a second that he doesn't have to lose if he makes the apex of the corner. In pit stop time and in carrying fuel. Meanwhile, Alan Rake in the Ferrari looking very, very twitchy. If he's not come into the pits yet, he must be due a pit stop soon. Those tyres are not enjoying themselves one bit. Onco into the pit. Your second place driver is going to... I'm not sure if she's going to... No. He's going to concede second place to Chloe now. There we go. But how long can those Porsches last? The panels now on fresh tyres, looking to overtake for 11th in the class. Oh no! Did he make contact? Oh, he's made contact with the wall. It looks like it was only gentle by the looks of it, but that poor panels. Go on, you can do it. There we go. Oh, that's upsetting. Alpha Nick is going to get past him again. There we go. Pass made. Can you get it stopped? Oh, Mad Dog, what's going on, man? One mistake breeds another. I'm pretty sure. Grass on tyres maybe. Tyre pressure's a bit low. Brakes not quite happy. Your leader is in the pits. Let's jump into chase camera, because that's the best one that we have for this sort of thing, and watch the pit crew go to work. Okay, that's the tyres changed. And how much fuel is going in? The fueler looks like he is just about ready to yank the hose out. Come on, come on, come on. Is he going to lose that position? Yeah, no, it's out of the pits. And this is going to be Chloe into the lead. That's it. Chloe is in the lead of the race. Having not made a pit stop though. That's very keen. Meanwhile, Wonko is in the final sector while M-Power is leaving in the first. Whatever happened in those pits, that is an enormous gap to have gained. That's roughly 4 seconds generously to have gained in the pits. Phantom Hamster has jumped into the pits now. Obviously everyone's starting to run out of fuel. You see the ones that have used their fuel used the fuel more heavily have had to pit earlier. But there is now Brazenchik, perhaps in view of the podium. Inky Chris, meanwhile, braving it out in 5th. All in his own. Very lonely race. That means he can set his own pace and react quite handily to any reactions around. That's kind of what we're looking at all over the place here. Mad Dog is currently chasing down Alpha Nick for 13th in class and overall. That panels has been through the walls slightly. There might be a tiny bit of damage to the front right nose, the nose. What's going on here then? It looks like Aaron is about to get past. Yep, clean sign. This clean sign has jumped into the pits. Mad Dog and Alpha Nick are going to be doing the same shortly. Is he rolling it? No, he's not. There we go. Pass is made. I have no idea who's pitted and where. Still clean stand stuck in the pits. What a very, very long pit stop. That's a new one. 1Co has just set the new fastest first sector at 32.251. How's he going to do through the second sector? I think he's coming up to it now, actually. Not fastest in the second. Well, he could have a fastest lap of the race coming here. 1:52.2 and 1:52.9 appear to be the best. Here. Coming down into Stowe, hauling out the anchor. Hope that it sticks. Ride power oversteer, apparently. That's the way we like to do it. Down into Vale, then Club 1, Club 2, and across the line. And that will be not an improvement on his current fastest lap. That's fine. All he needs to be doing is reeling in M-Power as much as he can. He's getting there. M-Power really has been the class of the field as far as consistency is concerned. Not necessarily overall pace, although he has set the fastest lap. It's just anyone gets anywhere close to him. Resident Chicken and Inky Chris both in the pits at the same time. It's going to jumble up the order slightly. Very close to Alpha. There are some very, very keen intentions that he is showing there. 2 tenths now. Knocking out into Maggots and Beckett's. Or, I say that, it's happened. As I think that was Alpha Nick just running a little tiny bit wide into the second part of Maggots. Gap retain. Only just though. Wow. I think someone's listening to the stream because M-Power has just set a new fastest sector as Alpha Nick goes very sideways. Hit that group Eike. That's so bad. And Chloe has jumped into the pits. And she comes here. And that is third retained. Excellent. So that is your order with half an hour to go is M-Power in first, 1Co in second, RSC Chloe in third, Marauder in the only panels in fourth, Phantom Hamster fifth, Resin Chick sixth, Inky Chris seventh, Geo in eighth, ninth is Alex Guerin, 10th is Aaron, and then in your group A's, Andrex UK has a lead of, I can't do maths, 22.5 seconds over Trip, with Howie behind, then Boris, Mayborn, Dennis, and Lambo. For the sake of completion, and I'm right now in 11th with Alpha Nick, Mad Dog, Kleinstein, and Chuck Scone. We have lost one person from the running. Ah, floating car. Fantastic. Let's not look at Andrex. He's not floating. It's fine. Mad Dog still trying desperately to get some ground on Alpha Nick in front. Not without oversteer, you're not going to. Was that blue flags? That was blue flags. That was not the leader. That would be Chloe. Meanwhile, Boris is the person that we haven't seen much of. Looks like he's enjoying himself in the BMW. Oh man, I've got to see this. Alpha is getting blue flags for the leader. No, that's for Chloe as well. Oh my goodness, the leader has gone through on Alpha. They're lapping most of the GT1 cars. Absolute madness. Meanwhile, Bresnchik, who's also floating. That's no fair. He's using the Back to the Future technique on us. Absolutely having all the technical difficulties tonight. Grief. And what have we got going on? It looks like Boris is very slowly making inroads into Howie, and that's why he keeps on sticking that cross-up extras very sideways with a floating Mercedes trying to get around the outside of him. It looks like it's just the slightest bit more performance and he'd be able to make up some ground on Howie in front. Chloe is not managing to bring in that gap at all, it looks like. The 20 seconds remaining reasonably stagnant. Bonko with his very flamboyant driving style, good grief, and sideways coming through Maggots and Beckett's. With a 10-second gap to Empower in the lead. Ah, he's coming down. Let's take another opportunity. So let's see how the leader of the race will probably end up throwing it off while we're watching it. Let's see how the leader of the race negotiates the Silverstone circuit. I'll be nice and quiet for this as well. That was very nearly a commentator's curse in the final corner. Good grief, a massive amount of oversteer from the leader. Isn't that just the best thing to see though? GT1 cars in there at their absolute peak. I'm really sorry I haven't given any time whatsoever to the Group A cars. They're just, the GT1s are such fantastic cars. But yes, we had a retirement just then. Lando has retired from last place, and we did also have a fastest lap. Chloe proving, apparently to all of us, that she's not willing to sit back in third. She knows that if she can get second a lap, then that is a very, very doable gap to get down to 1Co. And if 1Co knows that Chloe's closing in a second a lap, he is gonna have to think about his options. And that's all you need. That's all you need, is to have a distracted driver somewhere in front of you to be able to get some progress up. Absolutely fantastic drive from everyone involved here. We've had a few bits of contact, but by no means a bumper car event. Sideways from Chloe there, coming through Beckett. Absolutely fantastic track this. Fantastic cars as well. The development that they made a few years ago to accommodate the Formula One has certainly added to the character of the track. Atlas Guerin looking like he is just shadowing Alpha Nick at the moment, trying to stay in that slipstream. You've got to be careful that you're not weaving, because you don't want to be accused of blocking, and Nick has gone very sideways, and that's the place gone to Atlas Guerin. And that may even be gone to Mad Dog as well. Yes, no, maybe, I don't know, can you repeat the question? Oh, that was some evasive action needed to be taken by Mad Dog there, and Alpha Nick rightfully takes his foot off the throttle for a moment to let the panels pass. That was an ever so slightly unsafe rejoin, I think. But we will allow the stewards if at all needed. But I don't think they will. There was no harm, no foul there. Inky Chris chasing down a cheating Phantom Hamster. That's one way to make your tyres last longer. Those attentions of Inky Chris are getting very, very close to Phantom Hamster now. That Porsche really does look like, ever so slightly, the class of the GT1 pack. There's not a lot in it. It just looks like it's a slightly easier car to drive. Meanwhile, Myborn, dirt on that car. He's been going rallying, that's what he's been doing. He's been taking advantage of the new rallycross circuit at Silverstone. Decided he didn't want to play the game like everyone else, and has gone and got some dirt on the car. Mad Dog is just looking at the moment. By the looks of things, yeah, just having a bit of a look. BMW versus BMW. I don't know if these two are teammates as well. Judging by the numbers, it would seem so. So they should be playing nice together. Teammates doesn't always mean that they're going to be nice to each other. Nose to tail now coming down into Brooklands. Can't get Boris under braking. Meanwhile, with 16 minutes to go, Phantom Hamster has jumped into the pits. How far through is he? He's literally just jumped into the pits. Cool. Yes, we're going to ignore that for the time being. Wow. Nice kick of opposite lock there. Belichick now moving up to 6, past Phantom Hamster in the pits. With Panos behind. Pits. Melbourne has moved up to 19th. Apparently. Let me go another retirement. Damn it. Nope. I don't think so, anyway. Lovely kick of oversteer from Mayborn there. Maybom. I've been pronouncing it wrong all this time. Oh, and Boris has outbraked himself rather dramatically, which might allow the white BMW around the outside. You never know. No. It's so good to see close, tight, clean racing like this. We're missing Chloe. Is that who we're missing? Was Chloe retired? Ah, boo. Ah, that's a shame. Okay. That's who we're missing. Our third place driver. Meanwhile, everyone's getting blue flags. Let's jump on board with the leader, just coming round to the start-finish straight. Everyone's getting laps now. It's obviously that time of the night again. Oh, this game does look good. Handles brilliant as well. Absolutely love driving project cars. It's a proper workout as well when you do it right. Now the BMWs. White BMW is getting a fantastic draft off the GT1 car. Who's gone right up the inside of the black BMW with Boris in front. With 14 minutes remaining, Tripp is making a pit stop. He couldn't have made the fuel last any longer. And at this point, that is probably all it's going to be. Is to be in need of fuel. Yeah, that's you're pouring fuel all over the floor there, mate. It was only a splash as well. That must have been heartbreaking for him there. To be so close. Alright. It's that last chicane puts you closer in the track. That gap has just stabilised again. Everyone seems to have just stabilised their gaps. So, in first position, that smooth roar of the Porsche. Second place now coming down into Vale, and the Club Complex is the rough and raw of the Mercedes of Wonko. Imagine that bursting your eardrums back in '98. Then we go quite a bit further back. Former order. in that unbelievably unique Panos Roadster. No, not Roadster. Esperanto GT1 car. Looks so much like a Viper from the back, and the long bonnet, and just such a unique, fantastic car, and built for one purpose, and one purpose only. Behind him, Inky Chris, a full 12 seconds behind. Now coming down into the final complex, another Porsche. Brezenchik in another, yeah, so Inky Chris is in the yellow nose, Brezenchik in the red nose and flying. Aaron in the red Mercedes. Front end still ever so slightly askew from the impacts they had earlier. Really disappointing. But that's just racing, really. You've got to have the patience and give each other room, and sometimes you try for the same piece of tarmac. It's just the way it goes. Behind him is Gio. Yeah, that's how the front of that Mercedes should look. Phantom Hamster. Bringing up in 8th. A lot of Mercedes and Porsches around here. That low rumble, characteristic of Mercedes sports cars now. Drifting it through Vale. Can we get a nice power slide through Club for us? No. No, not quite. Then Reich in the Ferrari. He's not that far behind, only 4 seconds. There's still time if you can keep that Ferrari in the straight line. It does look very, very pointy, that. Gorgeous looking car though. Something that Rake in my time in AOR has, he really has got a fantastic taste in cars. Giving us a lovely flick of oversteer. I wasn't sure where he was going with that, but that was lovely. Mad Dog. It's temporarily up to 11th. Oh, come on. There we go. All these GT1 cars, good grief. Trying to negotiate around the Group A's. This is just, there's cars littering the road at entirely different speeds, sorry. Then, obviously that was just going through the last compact, that's a shame. Then, Atlas Guerin has been doing very well in that orange Mercedes. Sitting along, minding his own business, doing what he needs to do. Absolutely lovely livery and sound and driving. Just everything is lovely. If you could. The Mad Dog behind. Yeah. Lovely. And Alpha Nick. A fairly troubled race for Alpha Nick by the looks of things. He's got a lot of speed in him, obviously, from that Mercedes, and the balance of the car seems to be there. It's just he's been a bit unlucky with the traffic. He's been a bit unlucky with his, not even with his racecraft. It's just one of those races. Absolutely nothing wrong with that at all. and Kleinstein in the other of the Dominion cars. Dominion. Mercedes. Behind him will be Chuck Scone. He's letting past a faster car. And now we drop down into the Group A's. Andrex UK with his super eco tyres going sideways out of Luffield. Absolutely in a class of his own. And slightest drift. And then Tripp in second place, also in the Quattro. You think there might be a oof. That was a bit of a lock-up. Then Howie in third, looking like he is under a lot of pressure from the two BMWs behind. A lot of pressure from the two BMWs behind, good grief. This is definitely the time to start pushing and sticking your nose in where it doesn't belong. The BMW goes out wide. And that is the pass made, perhaps? Oh, good grief, that was... And that was the pass for third. So Mayborn is dirt-covered BMW now ahead of Howie in the Mercedes. Just one car coming past. Now what can Boris do with the tools that he's been given? Is there anything that he can do similar to the other BMW? Certainly seems to have the balance then. Just saw someone get disqualified. Who was disqualified? That's a shame. That really is a shame. I wonder who got disqualified. I completely missed that. Didn't completely miss that. It kind of spammed me with position changes. Round the outside. That's not going to work for Boris. That was a very, very brave thing to do. But Howie retains that fourth place for now. Going very sideways, those tyres must be absolutely at the end of their life. And that is the place gone. So disappointing after an absolutely fantastic race from all of these drivers to drop it in the last 5 minutes now. Good grief, we only have 3 minutes. If you're going to make your positions, boys, you're gonna have to work for them now. Mad Dog absolutely has got the message and is starting to put pressure on the Mercedes of Atlas Guerin. Guerin? Yeah. Been pronouncing that wrong the entire time as well. Group A in front. Could potentially balk Atlas just at the right time, but no, stays well out of the way. That's great driving from Tripp. Yes, Tripp. Absolutely glorious car, that. Changing down the gears, down the gears, down the gears. These S's never end. You feel like you're in them for an eternity. Kleinstein has got a penalty for track limits. What does that take his penalty to now? That is a 19-second penalty. Good grief. What on earth has happened there? handful of oversteer with the draft from Atlas in front, just taking all of that downforce away. Let me look. I'm pretty sure there was a reason for that. Find out later. I'm pretty sure we banned Nissan from it because it's not very well balanced against the rest of it. I could be wrong. Could be very wrong. Hang on. Go to there and there. Right. Has this gotten any more scary? Probably. The Mercedes Atlas is now slowly making inroads into Mad Dog, into Gio, and Mad Dog is still putting pressure on Atlas. Meanwhile, Aaron is all over the back of Bresenchik, absolutely the very last second to start making your moves. It looks like thank you, Scone. Yeah, unfortunately I didn't grab you on the race feed. But Aaron is absolutely all over Bresenchik now. As Bresenchik run out of tyres, is he just holding on to the end? It looks like he has actually pitted. Give me half a second with regards to... I'm sure it was something along the lines of... We can't have the Nissans. Yep, the Nissan Group A has been banned. Yep. And that is time remaining, time done. So if we are to jump to M-Power, who has led a faultless race, he comes round oh good grief, into the new chicanes and club and crosses the line, and that is the end of the race. Congratulations to M-Power for a well run and well-controlled race. Absolutely fantastic. Well done. A mere 16 seconds behind is Wonko in the first of the Mercedes. Little flick of oversteer as he crosses the line, and that is him safely home. Third place, a mere minute back, will be Marauder in the first of the panels. So 3 different cars on the podium. Absolutely fantastic to see that variety and balancing from both the AOR guys and the Project Cars developers to make these cars so close in performance. And Inky Chris is right on his tail as well in the second Porsche? Yeah, second Porsche of this particular race. Don't think unless he goes for a really big move, but I think both are struggling on their tyres. It looks like it is not going to be. Oh, but there's... If he wasn't going to go for it, it was never going to happen, but it might have happened. Marauder, do not let off that throttle until you are across the line. Fantastic race, well played. And that covers our third and fourth. Very well played. Bresenchik is slowing down. That's very weird. Oh no! Oh, we're all coming across the line now. I see how it is. I see how it is. They're all giving up. There we go. So our final standings. I'm going to have to run down this very quickly. M-Power in first, Wonko second, Inky Chris third. Marauder in 4th, Bresenchik 5th, Aaron 6th, Phantom Hamster 7th, Alan Rake 8th, BDG Geo 9th, Mad Dog in 10th, Atlas Garin in 11th, Alpha Nick 12th, Klinstein 13th, Andrex 1st in the Group A class, then Trip, Boris, Mayborn, Howie, Dennis, Chuck, RSC, and Lambo not finishing because either disqualifications or retiring. See if anyone's ready to jump in. We do actually have some. We will take our Group A winner. Hey there, Andrax.
Hello.
Congratulations on your victory.
Yeah, indeed, that was pretty awesome. That was great fun. That
Yeah.
was seriously great fun.
Are those
Not because I had a very decent car under my...
I was gonna say, are those Quattros, are they actually 4-wheel drive, or is that?
No, they are 4-wheel drive.
Because every time I
So
looked
they
at
will
you,
have advantage in some tracks, but they'll struggle in others. But
yeah, absolutely.
yeah.
No. I
it was-
every time I looked at you, you were 4-wheel drifting out of every corner.
it was a bit of fun.
It looked as though you had a great time.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, the win's an absolute bonus. But yeah, I had really good fun. All the guys out there were driving really well in terms of the lap traffic and so on. And yeah, I just really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I could have been at the back of the grid and I wouldn't have had any less fun. So
No,
yeah.
absolutely. I totally agree. From a spectator standpoint, it looked like everyone was behaving so well, and
yeah,
just
no, it's good. Spot on.
enjoying their racing. No, absolutely. I can't echo what you said enough. But you are still the winner, which means
Indeed.
that you take a very early lead in the championship.
Yeah, it's a shame my teammate wasn't here tonight. We could have hopefully got some good team points as well. But it's a relatively decent season, so
Absolutely.
yeah,
Well,
it should be good.
you'll just have to include him next time and make it a 1-2 next time out.
Yeah. I was concerned because I knew I had to pit for fuel, and other people were talking about Group A's not having to fuel, and I was like, oh lord.
Yeah.
So I was like, right, I've got to absolutely disappear at the start then and get that lead and hope that I've got enough of a lead to get out.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I thought I was going to be behind Trip when I came out of the pits, but I was about 5 or 6 seconds ahead of him, so I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Fresh tyres, a bit of fuel in, and good to go at the end, so yeah.
Absolutely perfect. That's exactly how you want to run a race. Hopefully, it'll be the rest of the season like this as well. Then.
Yeah, no, indeed. It'd be nice to have some guys to kind of semi-battle with. I don't want people beating me. You know.
It looks like because I know Tripp was having some problems during qualifying. If you it looks
yeah,
like
he didn't set a lap.
it looks
so
like
you have
he's
to come from the back.
Yeah, he's probably going to be pushing you for the rest of the season.
Yeah, I don't think I was pulling away that massively in
No.
strategy. I think he had to pit at the end as well.
Yeah,
so
you
maybe
did.
He didn't need to fuel. I don't know, but
Yeah, I think it was. I
was a bit concerned.
Yeah, I think as well. You pitted with. I think it was about 16 minutes to go, and he was.
No, I was pretty much halfway.
Oh, you're halfway.
It
Oh,
was in
okay.
the last 10, 15 minutes or so, but I was halfway mark.
I'll say I must admit.
I put new tyres on and.
Yeah, no, I must admit, my eyes were glued to the battle at the front of the GT1 field because it wouldn't let up. There was
yeah, they were pretty close all the way around. So I
they-
was watching the timing as they were going past, and it was like 4 seconds up until about halfway through the race. So I was like, oh, is he going to pull off some strategy trick and steal a win here? I was interested to see how that would work.
Funnily enough, that's basically what happened. Empower had about a 4-second advantage through the pits,
Okay.
and that was about where it went, and then it was just a bit of, I think Wonko kind of settled into a pace rather than trying to go for the lead after that. But yeah, no, it's an absolutely fantastic race all around. These two classes really do play well together with their unique traits.
Yeah,
don't they?
so the cars are not. They've got different strengths and weaknesses, but the calendar's been built in a way to kind of try to compensate for that. And throughout the season, there should be a chance for pretty much every different car to take a win at a track. They'll be strong at some tracks and weaker at others. And the Group A as well. I think the Audi. Well, I don't know. I don't know if the Audi is a clear winner, because we've been doing some pre-season testing, and I know Inky Chris was faster than me when he was in the Mercedes, the 190. And Smolder, who's not here tonight as well, he was pretty much matching my lap times as well in the evaluation race. So I think it's not a proper indication of the cars tonight, but it's great to see these cars being used and a widespread of the cars being picked and taken and put on track tonight. So it's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the panos. Oh, the panos! How lovely is the panos?
I every time.
By that.
Yep, absolutely. No, every time there was anything interesting going on, it was like, oh, look at the panels, look at the panels. Like, such a, yes.
Gorgeous.
Gorgeous car. Beautiful car. Beautiful sound as well. Just absolutely, there's nothing, this is absolutely the perfect car to watch, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a bit of a handful because it's got no traction control or ABS, so it is a bit of a disadvantage. But there should be tracks where it's strong at, hopefully later on in the season. But yeah, it's a tricky one. It's not the best choice for the full season, I don't think, but I would probably be inclined to take it as well. Just for the smile.
Oh, absolutely. No. I would be totally there with you as well. It would be that or the Mercedes because it'd be cool to take off.
Yeah.
Do a Mark Webber.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Break as well. Yeah.
Absolutely. Good luck for the rest of the season, though. It's an absolute pleasure to talk to you. Congratulations on the win. Long may your luck continue. And skill, of course.
That would be nice. We'll see. Thank you.
Go. See you next time. I don't know as there is anybody else waiting to be interviewed, I don't think. So, with that said, I will reiterate your final standings. So, in first place in the Porsche GT1 car was Empower. Oneco has come home in second with a 24-second gap to first. Inky Chris in third, Marauder in fourth. And with that, I will be seeing you next time. Our next track that we are visiting will be Hockenheim Classic at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And that will be on the 3rd of October. So I'd like to thank everybody for watching. If you liked this, if you enjoyed this race, I see Scon is in. Scon was in ready to interview. Come and interview me. Come on. Come and be ready to interview for me. We'll have a quick chat. There we go. Hello there, Scon.
Hello, friend.
How are you?
A little fatigued after my rookie race.
I can well imagine. How was the race for you?
Exciting as I could follow all the protocol necessary to get through everything. Brutal at the end with the fuel strategy and fatigue.
And fatigue. Yeah. What? Oh, damn it! Now you push me. What car were you in? I've forgotten.
The CLK LM number 66.
Yes. Yeah.
Mercedes.
Yep. Yeah. Sorry. I'm back with you now. Yeah. How was it for you? How was the CLK?
CLK setup could have been a little tighter. Very all over the road. Definitely ate some time.
Need some time to do some setup, yeah.
Setup time is definitely necessary for the future. Definitely making me look forward to Hockenheim.
Oh no. If you had troubles at Silverstone, you're gonna be hating Hockenheim. It's the classic one. You're gonna be running through the forest.
Ooh, this is gonna be exciting. Well, I look forward to that.
Absolutely. But hopefully you'll have better fortunes and a more enjoyable race next time. And hey, it's never a bad thing to have some fitness worries in the first race of the season, is it?
No, I don't think so. My partner, my teammate, really helped me with training, so hopefully I didn't let him down. Maybe next time we'll do a little bit better and just go get him,
Absolutely. Well, it's been fantastic to have you in the race. It was fantastic to watch you as well. You got into quite a few little scuffles, didn't you?
Yeah, you know, might not have gotten first place today, but hopefully made it exciting for the viewer.
Ah,
Appreciate
absolutely.
the chance to be on as well.
No, 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 absolutely. If I genuinely, if everybody wanted to interview, then I would happily sit here and talk to all of you about how your races went. Unfortunately, because of the way we have to cover the races, you can't really get everything on camera. So to hear it from you guys after the fact is absolutely makes the race as well.
Right on. Well, I'll tell you what, I think it's time this driver hits the showers.
Yes.
Like I said, I appreciate the opportunity to just speak and be here. Maybe we'll talk again here in the future, and I'll put up some results.
Yes, absolutely. Hopefully, it'll be in a higher position. Maybe even see you on the podium next time out, yeah?
It sounds like some wishful thinking, but we can hope for mid-pack or better. Thanks, man.
No worries, man. You have a lovely evening, and I'll see you next time.
Appreciate it. Until next time.
I think that is probably going to be about it now, isn't it? Yep. Excellent. Right. So, without further ado, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you all at Hockenheim next week. Goodbye.